You are now watching I Shot Him 6 Times YouTube horror movie channel.
I shot him 6 times! What's going on, horror fanatics? Welcome to I Shot Him 6 Times YouTube horror movie channel. As you know, I'm your host and creator of the channel, Marcus. If you have not done so already, please shoot this video a like. It helps out with the YouTube algorithm a ton, as well as if you're a new viewer to this channel, please shoot that subscribe button as well as that notification icon so you get all the latest content updates to the channel. In this video, I'm going to talk about a possible smoking gun, or actually a few possible smoking guns that prove that Amber Freeman did not kill Dewey Riley in Scream 5. Now, I'd like to think that this has been the biggest topic of discussion ever since Scream 5 has been released. Did Amber Freeman really kill Dewey Riley? There's people like myself that don't believe that she did. It's not possible. We bring up the height discrepancy. We bring up the way Dewey was killed, other, reasons why we don't believe Amber is the one who killed Dewey. And then there's those who, side with Radio Silence and say, hey, Radio Silence came out and said this, that it was Amber Freeman who did it. It doesn't matter who's underneath the mask because it's a stunt man, all that good stuff. So, after watching a video actually from Wolfman Got Nards, who actually dropped a video of his own talking about this as well, did Amber Freeman kill Dewey Riley, etc., and having a few conversations with people in the comment section, with fellow viewers of his channel, some who agreed with what I had to say, some who so much did not agree with what I had to say and believed that Amber is the one who killed Dewey. So I decided to go back and I really started thinking, okay, outside of the normal talking points that even myself, has went with the whole height discrepancy and all that stuff, what is there a possible way, if you do believe that Amber Freeman didn't kill Dewey Riley, if you don't believe that Amber Freeman killed Dewey Riley, what is there another possible way that you can prove this theory to be fact? Well, I decided to go back into Scream 5 and a couple scenes from Amber, but what led me to this was an actual clue in that leaked Scream 6 set photo that we got that is prominently heavily featured in the trailer now, where we see Ghostface in the bodega scene, where you can clearly see that this Ghostface has 3 bullet holes lodged into the gown, into the costume. Now, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you guys some clips of Amber Freeman's gown when she is in Stu Macher's house, because remember, she, for some reason, after she already revealed herself in regular clothing outside of the costume, she decided to go put the Ghostface costume back on. So I'm going to show you guys a few second clips of that gown up close and personal, to where you will see in the Scream 6 set photo that I have, where you could possibly see where the bullets should be placed at. So here goes the clips, and then we're going to jump back into it and also do a side-by-side comparison. Okay, so as you guys saw, the first 3 images were for certain scenes of Amber Freeman in the final act scene of Scream 5 with the gown on, and as you can see, there are no bullet holes. You can blow it up as much as you would like. I've tried to get as close as I could possibly get, and there are no bullet holes in that gown. However, if you look to the right of the Scream 6 bodega scene with Ghostface, holding the shotgun, you can clearly see there are 3 bullet holes. Now, I'm not going to lie, I tried my best to really blow this up. It is what it is. You can only do so much. However, I will say, check in the description. I have a link to my good friend Craven Something Scary's video. He touched on this whole robe issue about a month ago, and his shots of the Scream 6 bodega scene where Ghostface is holding a shotgun, his shots of the bullet holes are a lot more definitive. So I'm going to leave, I left a link in the description of this video so you guys can check that out. But again, as you can see, Amber's robe doesn't have any bullet holes in it. This one in Scream 6 does. Now, why is that significant? Well, we know for a fact there's only 2 times in the Scream franchise where Ghostface has been shot with the Ghostface costume on. That is Scream 3 and that is Scream 5. So, you will sit there and possibly say, well, maybe it's the Scream 3 gown that is being used in Scream 6 that we see here to the right. Well, this is where I counter that. Roman Bridger was shot 11 total times, if I'm not mistaken, in Scream 6, in the torso. 5 times by Cindy Prescott, and another 6 times by Deweyriley before subsequently getting shot in the head. Now, I also pulled up Roman's, gown here from Scream 3 when he's approaching Cindy, when he's about to reveal himself. Now, there is a somewhat of a technicality area here, as Cindy did shoot Roman 5 times, but you only see 4 bullets in this gown. Nonetheless, you still see more bullets in the Scream 3 gown do you see in this bodega scene gown that we have in Scream 6. So, what does that mean? Well, that means that this bodega scene gown is from Scream 5. It has to be. It has to be from Scream 5, where Dewey shot Ghostface 3 times. Remember, Dewey did shoot Ghostface 3 times in that hospital scene before meeting his demise. So, what does that mean? Well, wouldn't Amber have those same bullet holes in her gown if she is the one who killed Deweyriley? You have to ask yourself that question. Now, you can make the argument that maybe her and Richie had multiple gowns, what have you. I'm gonna say they didn't. I'm gonna say they had 1 gown each, and you can also make the argument, oh well, maybe she took Richie's gown, to use for that certain sequence. Well, see, here's the thing with that. In case Richie needed to switch out, he would need his gown, and as well as, there's no bullet holes in Richie's gown either. I pulled up the image from when Richie is attacking Mindy and Sam hits him with the lamp, and he quickly turns around. I got a good clear shot right here for you to zoom up as best as you can. There are no bullet holes in that gown. So, neither one of our killers from Scream 5, their gowns have no bullet holes in them that you can see. So, what does that mean? Well, I think that is clear-cut proof that Amber Freeman is not the one who killed Deweyriley in the hospital scene. As in my opinion, if she did, she should have those same bullet holes that you see in the gown in the Scream 6 bodega scene. Now, another thing to take note of, and we know we have the Ghostface shrine. So, some of you will say, well, Marcus, if it wasn't Amber Freeman who killed Deweyriley, and this is a returning Ghostface or what have you, why do the bullet holes that you clearly see in the bulletproof vest that I have blown up here for you, why do the bullet holes in the vest not match up with the gown that you see in the bodega scene? Well, you can go 2 ways with that. You can go with the fact that maybe after time, after what, this is taking place like a year later, not too much time, but if it's been sitting around, obviously not being used for a certain amount of time, maybe the material, disbanded a certain type of way. But I think that is a little bit, kind of, off kilter. I'm going to go with the fact that if this is, a returning Ghostface in Scream 6 with those 3 bullet holes, the reason why they don't look the same as the Scream 5 bullet holes that we see in the vest is because Radio Silence is trying to kind of throw us off a little bit and make it look like it is a souvenir, one of the props from Scream 5, one of the prop gowns from the shrine. I believe that's what they're doing, because if you place the exact bullet holes in this Ghostface gown that we see in the bodega scene, if you place those exact bullet holes, the exact same placement that you see it in Scream 5 in the vest, then in my opinion, they're kind of giving it away that this is a returning Ghostface. And I'd like to think that's something that they want to kind of, save, they'll drop little hints, little clues for us to figure it out, but that's something I don't think they would want to full on, reveal, because it would spoil all the fun. Speaking about the vest, another smoking gun I believe that proves Amber Freeman to not be the one who killed Dewey Riley in Scream 5. We're going to take a look at this scene from Scream 5 where Gale Weathers and Sidney Prescott show up at Amber Freeman's aka Stu Macher's house, and we're going to take a look at this scene and we're going to try to make sense of it, as I believe this is something that hasn't been talked about, and I do think it's something that needs to be addressed, especially in terms of making sense.
What do you think? Trap. Fuck it.
Okay everyone, so the reason why I shared this clip from Scream 5 where we see Amber Freeman try to fake out Sidney Prescott and Gale Weathers and then subsequently give in and start shooting at them, you see Sidney Prescott shoot, fire shots back. Why this is important, especially when it relates to Dewey Riley's death scene, is you see Amber go back in the house, and then later on in the final act scene, you see her come down in the Ghostface robe and mask and all that stuff. My thing is this: when Sidney is clearly shooting shots at her on the porch and then goes in the house and she's shooting shots through the closets, why would Amber not wear that exact same bulletproof vest that she wore in the scene with Dewey Riley? You got to make sense of this. That makes no sense at all. Why would Ghostface, if Amber Freeman is Ghostface when she's killing Dewey Riley, why would you decide to only wear the bulletproof vest for that particular scene? Why would you not be wearing it throughout the entire movie? We seen the last time that we seen, Ghostface, really vehemently have a bulletproof vest was in Scream 3 with Roman Bridger. He wore that throughout the entire movie. So I'd like to think, especially if Amber's supposed to be a Stab fan, and these details were put into the Stab movies, I'd like to think she would know and be at least somewhat smart enough. Now we know her and Richie were sloppy killers, but I'd like to think that she would still have the wherewithal to wear the bulletproof vest after being shot at, especially if she already was seen, if this is supposed to be her anyway in the hospital scene killing Dewey. If she wore it before, why would she not go put it on when somebody in Sidney Prescott is actively shooting shots at her in her house? This makes no sense at all. And in my opinion, I think this is a clear-cut smoking gun, and I think the rest of the clues and the rest of the stuff I talked about in this video are clear-cut smoking guns that prove that Amber Freeman is not the killer, who is not the Ghostface killer who killed Dewey Riley in Scream 5, and that whoever killed Dewey Riley in Scream 5 could possibly be revealed in Scream 6 and is the one who was in the bodega scene with the shotgun. And the reason why I said it could be revealed in Scream 6 is because we do see in the trailer Samantha holding that old worn out Ghostface mask, so you can only imagine that, that Ghostface will be revealed in Scream 6. Another thing to touch on before I head out in this video, and some will, still say, hey, Marcus, but what about the fact that she had Dewey's gun? Guys, it's been a known trope throughout the Scream franchise. Their partners give them guns. It's always happened throughout the franchise. You've seen in Scream 4, you've seen Charlie and Jill do it. You've seen Mrs. Loomis try to plant the gun on Mickey. Mickey already had a gun. They both had guns on them. It's not far-fetched in the Scream franchise for a partner to give another partner a gun. Now, it's whoever killed Dewey Riley obviously gave Amber Freeman his gun, in my opinion. As I've stated before, and I've continued to state this, until it is at least proven wise that it will never be revealed in the Scream franchise that it was somebody else that killed Dewey Riley, I'm going to stick by my notion that I believe it was not Amber Freeman who killed Dewey Riley, and I'd like to think in this video I proved even further why that is more fact than theory. But okay, everyone, that is it for this video. Leave a comment in the comment section below and let me know what you guys think about this, about these clues, and about this evidence that I have brought forth here to the table for you guys to consume. Are you guys in agreement with me that Amber Freeman is not the one who killed Dewey Riley, and I provided you guys even more evidence to what you may have saw before? Or are you still in the same bandwagon and it's no, radio silence said what they said, Amber Freeman is the one who killed Dewey Riley, and you just need to accept it? Hit the comment section. You know I always love to hear from you all. Once again, this is I Shot Him 6 Times YouTube horror movie channel. I'm your host and creator of the channel, Marcus. Be sure to follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and Patreon. Thank you all for watching.